Is President Trump ready to compromise with an immigration reform bill? Will the Dreamers get a path to citizenship? Also breaking the parade horror, the out-of-control driver plowing into a crowd, running down at least a dozen students in a marching band. 2 deadly plane crashes in this country, the pilot killed slamming into an apartment building in the Northeast. And surveillance showing another plane plunging into an LA neighborhood. Severe storms hitting as we come on the air. The reported twister, the pictures coming in now. There are tornado watches from Little Rock to Chicago. And tonight, this system now moving east, damaging winds and hail. And your money. The IRS tonight with $1 billion of your money, unclaimed tax dollars. The deadline fast approaching.
From ABC News, this is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir, reporting tonight from our nation's capital.
Good evening from Washington tonight, and we have several breaking headlines. And we begin with President Trump, who will soon arrive here at the Capitol behind us to address Congress and the American people, saying he will, quote, speak from the heart. Tonight, the White House telling us the president has been putting the finishing touches on this speech himself. There was also a meeting with network anchors today. We were included. We were told this will be a speech about unity, replacing Obamacare, national security. But the president did surprise us, saying he also believes it's time for an immigration reform bill, signaling a possible path to citizenship for Dreamers. But will he bring that up tonight? We begin here with our chief White House correspondent, Jonathan Karl.
On a day like today, a president usually keeps a low profile, prepping for the big speech. But not this president. Today, a frenetic afternoon of signings and photo ops, bills and new executive orders.
We have a number of bills that we're signing and things that we're doing today. It's a busy day, and then I guess tonight will be a rather busy night. We look forward to it.
In an interview with Fox News today, the president boasted about his accomplishments, but also acknowledged the White House has done a mediocre job communicating its message.
Now, in terms of achievement, I think I'd give myself an A, because I think I've done great things, but I don't think I and my people, I don't think we've explained it well enough to the American public. I think I get an A in terms of what I've actually done, but in terms of messaging, I'd give myself a C or a C+.
Tonight, a big chance to correct that, as the president speaks to his largest television audience since the inauguration. And there may be a surprise turnabout on a signature issue. President Trump told network news anchors today the time is right for an immigration bill as long as there's compromise from both sides. A senior administration official said there must be a softening on both sides, a coming together, and that there may be a path to citizenship for undocumented immigrants who came into the country as children, the so-called Dreamers. The president will also use his speech to discuss national security and to tout his accomplishments. But it's unclear how much he will attempt to convince those he has alienated. About those town halls, Trump suggested today, without evidence, that President Obama is stirring the pot.
Shame on you! Shame on you!
Do you believe President Obama is behind it? And if he is that a violation of the so-called unsaid president's code?
No, I think he is behind it. I also think it's politics. That's the way it is. And look, I have a very different agenda.
But Bush wasn't going after Clinton. Clinton was going after Bush.
Well, you never know what's exactly happening behind the scenes. You know, you're probably right or possibly right, but you never know. No, I think that President Obama is behind it.
Overall, White House officials say the tone tonight will be different from his inaugural address, where he said,
"This American carnage stops right here and stops right now."
In stark contrast, officials say his speech tonight will be optimistic and hopeful.
And John Karl is with us live tonight across the Capitol at the White House. And John, we know this is a divided Congress, a divided country. We remember when President Obama addressed a joint session of Congress, one House member shouting during this speech. And we understand tonight Democratic leaders are telling their members to be respectful.
In fact, Nancy Pelosi is telling fellow Democrats that they should behave with the utmost dignity, saying, quote, "We cannot be outclassed by Donald Trump." And take a look at this photograph. They'll also be making a silent statement. The women in the House, many of them, including Leader Pelosi, will be wearing all white, a message of protest in favor of women's rights. David?
John Karl leading us off again tonight. John, thank you. John, as you know, after the speech, the real challenge begins. Will the president be able to repeal and replace Obamacare? There are divisions emerging among Republicans tonight. And on his budget outline, calling for billions more in defense spending. But there would have to be drastic cuts elsewhere. One Republican leader tonight signaling President Trump's current budget plan won't go anywhere. ABC's Mary Bruce on Capitol Hill tonight.
As President Trump gets ready to sell his agenda, Republicans tonight are looking for direction. What are you hoping to hear from the president tonight?
What I hope to hear from the president tonight, some specifics on 3 areas: healthcare reform, tax reform, and infrastructure. No distractions. Don't want to hear about crowd size. Don't want to hear about election fraud in 2016. We need to stay focused on these issues.
5 weeks in, and the president is now starting his legislative push for some big-ticket items, including a $54 billion hike in defense spending. He's also promised a $1 trillion infrastructure plan and sweeping tax cuts.
We are going to have the biggest tax cut since Ronald Reagan.
But he's sticking with his vow not to touch 2 huge and expensive programs, Social Security and Medicare. Something's got to give to pay for that. Are you concerned about cuts?
I'm concerned about having to pay for everything. That's my job.
We still have to deal with our debt and deficit as well as deal with defense.
This is just the beginning of the process, so I don't get too alarmed at the beginning of processes.
The president tonight is expected to tackle Obamacare, which he says is collapsing under its own weight. No specifics yet, but already Republicans are divided. Some lawmakers blasting one Republican plan featuring tax credits to help buy health insurance.
It's incomplete repeal, and it adds new subsidies, new entitlement programs, and new taxes. That's not what we signed on to.
The president admits healthcare reform is tough.
It's an unbelievably complex subject. Nobody knew that health care could be so complicated.
And that's how the legislative process is designed to work.
Senator, given what the president said yesterday, are you concerned he doesn't understand how difficult this may really be? House Speaker Paul Ryan today put on an optimistic face.
And I feel at the end of the day, when we get everything done and right, we're going to be unified on this.
And Mary Bruce with us live on Capitol Hill tonight. And Mary, President Trump is proposing that major hike in defense spending. No plan to cut Social Security or Medicare, but that would mean huge cuts elsewhere. And a top Republican tonight saying that's a non-starter.
David, the president's first budget outline could be dead on arrival. The Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell saying any plan that includes deep cuts to the State Department is simply not happening. David?
Mary Bruce with us live tonight. Mary, thank you. And again, the president will address Congress and the American people a short time from now. Stay with ABC tonight for the president's address. The Democratic response as well. I'll be joining George and the Powerhouse political team right here beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern. In the meantime, we do turn to other news tonight. And next this evening, a horrific scene playing out during a parade. An SUV driving right into a high school marching band. 12 of those marchers suffering injuries, some pinned under an SUV in Gulf Shores, Alabama. ABC's Steve Osunsami is in Alabama tonight.
Families of the students who were hurt were lined up along sidewalks, watching this happen. We won't show you the actual crash, but here are the moments before. Driving directly behind the Gulf Shores High School marching band is this white SUV that was part of the parade and is about to lose control.
Unknown number of victims, elderly male, ran into the parade.
Alabama police say they're certain this was an accident caused by the 73-year-old driver in the SUV who was here for the American Legion. Witnesses didn't want to believe their eyes.
I looked back and seen kids screaming and running, and I turned and a van was running over them.
Some of them were hit so hard their instruments flew across the street. 12 were loaded onto stretchers and hospitalized. Tonight, 3 of them are in critical but stable condition.
These are our children. This is our community. These are our friends. These are our people. And to have this happen, it's horrible.
Witnesses say the driver lost it when he hit a curb directly behind me. Police do not believe he was under the influence. David?
Steve Osunsami with us tonight. Steve, thank you. We are following 2 deadly plane crashes in this country, one in the Northeast, only the tail is visible there, of a small plane after it plunged right into an apartment building in Methuen, Massachusetts. The pilot did not survive. And in Riverside, California, surveillance video capturing a small plane as it falls from the sky, exploding into a giant fireball. That scene deadly as well. And here's ABC's Kana Whitworth tonight.
Tonight, a community in shock after a Cessna plane came crashing into this neighborhood in Riverside, California. You can see the plane falling from the sky, then a huge fireball erupting. 5 people on board, 3 of them killed.
Oh my gosh.
Firefighters saying nobody on the ground was hurt.
It was a big boom and then flames. And then I got the heck out.
4 homes damaged, 2 completely destroyed. Neighbors trying to protect their homes, not knowing a plane had crashed.
So you were out here hosing off your fence, looking over at a home completely engulfed in flames, but had no idea yet that a plane had crashed.
Just fire. You couldn't see the place at all.
Small plane safety under continued scrutiny. NTSB calling for more training of private pilots. While on the decline, an average of nearly 4 accidents have been recorded each day involving small planes, contributing to 400 deaths per year. In fact, earlier today, a pilot died after crashing his plane into a condo complex in Massachusetts. All while tonight, the NTSB is combing through this wreckage in California.
David, 2 women did survive the crash. They're both in critical condition. Firefighters believe they were ejected from the plane when it crashed. David, they were all headed home from a cheerleading competition.
All right, Kana Whitworth with us tonight. Thanks, Kana. We're going to turn next here to the severe storms hitting while we're on the air tonight. Tornado watches up across several states at this hour, from the south right up through Chicago in the path, and this system is moving to the east coast overnight. This image coming in a short time ago, a tornado in Ottawa, Illinois. The National Weather Service calling it a particularly dangerous situation they're watching right now. There has also been damaging hail in Wisconsin. Again, all of this on the move as we're on the air, so let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Ginger Z tracking it for us tonight. Hey, Ginger.
Hey there, David. Just moments ago, we got this image. You can see here, that's actually the LaSalle County Nursing Home, or was the LaSalle County Nursing Home, and that's the image that, unfortunately, we could see more of tonight. Look at that tornado watch that includes the areas just south and west of Chicago, parts of northwest Indiana, all the way down through Arkansas, eastern Iowa, and you can see much of even Missouri is in there. So that's tonight. A lot of those go till 9 or 10 o'clock, but that's not when the threat ends. The cold front going to come through with another round. St. Louis, we stop it there at 3 a.m. You can see up to Detroit in the overnight hours. These are damaging wind potential. Of course, you could see a tornado, even some large hail. We've seen up to baseball-size hail already, and this all moves to the east by tomorrow afternoon and evening. New York City, Philadelphia, even D.C. going to be in this tomorrow, David.
All right, already a rainy and windy night here in D.C. Ginger, thanks for that tonight. Next this evening, a developing headline out of Houston, the urgent manhunt for a police shooting suspect at this hour. 2 officers shot and wounded responding to a home burglary. One of the officers in critical condition tonight. Police say 2 suspects opened fire on the officers in a backyard. 1 suspect was killed, the other is on the run. Families in that community have been told to stay inside and lock their doors. Next tonight, we have revealing new details from a class action legal case making national headlines on behalf of 69,000 women against America's biggest jewelers, Jared and Kay Jewelers. Newly released documents claiming female employees were routinely discriminated against. Here's ABC's Lindsay Janis.
Every kiss begins with Kay.
The ads famously encourage customers to appreciate the women in their lives.
He went to Jared.
But tonight, the company behind the Kay and Jared jewelry chains is accused of demeaning female employees. According to newly released sworn statements, in addition to the central claims of discrimination in pay and promotion, more than 100 ex-employees also claimed inappropriate behavior by company executives, including groping female staff and coaxing women to exchange sex for career advancement. One former employee saying an executive called the practice going to the big stage.
I was shocked. This man was old enough to be my father. I was afraid.
Kristen Henry went on a company retreat where she says a district manager sexually harassed her.
And he forcibly kissed me and was touching me.
She claims she reported him and 2 days later was falsely accused of theft and fired. Now, a total of 69,000 current and former female employees are members of the class action case that goes back nearly a decade.
David, tonight the parent company of Kay and Jared Jewelers saying, we have thoroughly investigated the allegations and have concluded they are not substantiated by the facts and certainly do not reflect our culture. David?
Lindsay Janis, thank you. There is still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Tuesday. The alarming health headline tonight, the mystery behind a form of cancer now soaring for millennials. Also tonight, $1 billion in your money left on the table. Tonight, the ABC News exclusive, the IRS with $1 billion of your money, unclaimed tax refunds tonight, and the deadline to collect is fast approaching. We'll have the details. Also, the police officer dragged during a traffic stop. The alarming images coming in this evening. There was also news tonight about the heavily damaged spillway that forced the evacuation of nearly 200,000 people. Tonight, the devastation now revealed in a moment.
Are you ready to have a lifetime of financial security? It's the new $7,000 a week for life prize from Publishers Clearinghouse.
This is amazing.
And soon it could be yours.
Oh my God.
$7,000 a week.
This is insane.
Week after week. For life.
You gotta be kidding me.
Watch your mail or go to PCH.com and enter. April 28th, you could win $7,000 a week for life.
You don't let anything keep you sidelined. That's why you drink Ensure with 9 grams of protein and 26 vitamins and minerals. For the strength and energy to get back to doing what you love. Ensure, always be you.
You can't predict the market, but through good times and bad, at T. Rowe Price, we've helped our investors stay confident for over 75 years.